Alright, everybody, what's going on? This is going to be a narrated video, kind of going over um, my process of learning tricks and see if I can't give you guys some tips on learning tricks yourself. Because I know it can be very difficult and very frustrating. And I kind of went over this a little bit um, in my how to get into flipping video, but I felt like I could go over it a little bit better, especially with a video behind it showing you how I'm going through the process of learning this trick, which is a very interesting trick. It is an aerial, just like a standard aerial, to a tabletop on the back of your hand. You'll see it here in a little bit after I get a little bit warmed up with some combos. But essentially, my process of going about my process of learning tricks is, I guess you could say, the same as everybody else's. But when I start to learn a trick, I set out to do it. I'm repetitive with it. I really don't want to stop until I learn the trick, which is why my hand is slightly red after doing this video because I was landing this knife on top of my hand and my knuckles for about 8-10 minutes straight, uh, just practicing this trick because I really wanted to learn it. And that's kind of how it goes for a lot of other tricks that I've been wanting to learn. I just do it and I do it until I finally get it down. Um, the thing about learning new tricks is it can be kind of boring with all the repetitiveness of trying to learn it and doing the same things over and over and over again. Um, so, a tip that really helped me was just do it in the middle of combos. Don't just do the trick over and over and over again. Keep flipping. Do behind the eight balls. Do helixes. Do something. And in turn of doing that, you will also learn what you can do to get into this new trick you're learning and what to do after you land this new trick that you're learning. Now, with this trick in particular, I see myself as using it kind of as a closing move to just end combos, to just land it on top of the back of my hand and just kind of stop there with a closer. But for other tricks such as learning, I don't know, the Z choker, choker fanning, anything like that, do it in the middle of combos. Try ending it, starting it, all sorts of stuff like that. Do it in the middle of everything. That's what I do. You'll see me doing a lot of like behind the eight balls and helixes and stuff like that, just to kind of keep my rhythm up, kind of just keep it fun, keep it light, and just smooth. So I do a lot of extra flipping and a lot of fun stuff I enjoy doing, also while trying to learn that trick. Now, a lot of these times I'm messing up, and it took me about 10 minutes to actually get this trick completed. Not so smoothly, but I still ended up doing it here at the end. Um, is pay attention to what you're doing. See what you're doing wrong. I've seen this trick done by quite a few people. Uh, I think it's like Pojo Kid or something like that on Instagram does this trick a lot. I know his real name is Robert, but I don't quite know his but he does this trick a lot. I don't know if he came up with it, but I see him do it a lot, and I watched him do it a lot. And that's one thing that can help you watch a lot of people do the trick. Even if there's not a slow mo of it anywhere, just watch people do that one trick you are trying to learn. And eventually you'll see what they're doing with their hands. You'll see how the knife is moving, how they throw the knife, how they handle it. All the things like that. All the little pieces of the puzzle just fall together when they do it. You'll see all the little pieces of that puzzle, and it'll help you learn to do that. Um, Now, again, when I mess up, every now and then I'd be trying to hold my hand a different way. I would try doing a softer hand. I would try doing a more firm hand, a more flat hand, kind of a curved hand at some points. Not necessarily that, because tabletops you kind of want a good firm hand that's flat to just land that knife on. And the difficult thing about this trick is you're throwing it vertically into the side, and you want it to land on the side of the knife for an actual tabletop. Unless you're doing, the crazy stuff where you make it land on the side, but or on the, the flat edges of the knife. You know what I'm talking about. But I always try and do some different, hand variations when I'm doing the trick. So that can always help if you try doing something just a little bit differently. it may make a complete difference in the trick you're trying to do. Like if you think maybe you're a little too up on the handle for a trick, try moving down the handle a little bit. If you're trying to do an aerial and you're choking up or choking down too much, you're not throwing it hard enough or throwing it too hard, try loosening things, try tightening things, all these little bits and pieces that you can do to just do something different in order to try to achieve completing the trick you're trying to do. So, learning this trick was pretty fun, and it's quite difficult learning new tricks. I know it can be very frustrating, which is why, like I said before, just keep doing combos, just be repetitive with it, and don't stop until you get that trick. Little breaks every now and then, just make sure you're still having fun with it. That's the main key to this whole thing. Have fun with it, try and learn those new tricks, and there's always a new trick to learn. So, I mean, if you're having trouble with one trick, maybe try learning a different trick. And just remember, always have fun with it. Try different hand positions, loosening things, tightening things. Watch videos of people doing it over and over again. You'll see there, I kind of hurt my hand a little bit. I was doing it a lot. Kind of had a red knuckle. But again, that's all part of flipping. And if you end up hurting yourself, you end up hurting yourself. But that's the risk you're taking when you're flipping a knife. So, I mean, the rewards outweigh the risk and the hassle of learning some of these things, because honestly, this hobby is unlike no other, and learning tricks can be so much fun. And I really hope I kind of helps you guys understand a little bit more of what you can do to try and learn new tricks. I know this isn't maybe the greatest video or the greatest narration. I didn't really have a script or anything for this. I just kind of went what was off the top of my head and kind of what I went through learning this trick a couple minutes ago, because I just got done doing it a couple minutes ago. Also, let me know what you guys think about this first person stuff. I finally got a head strap for my GoPro, and got the GoPro connected to my phone, all that fun jazz. So hopefully there's a lot better videos to come and more first person stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the narration. Have a good one.